So this recording I'll share in your mail ID.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Are you getting my screen?
Yeah, yes.
Fine. So what is the learning objective of this course? Means whatever the training will take, this training, what is the learning objective? Why you should learn it? First of all, one is that you can learn at two levels. One is the consultant level. You will do configurations in the system. How? What is that? I will show in the system after this presentation. So that is at the consultant level. So consultant level, like if you are working in TCS, PwC, or any other IT companies or working, you are working as a consultant, as a consultant. Now user level means what? Let's take an example. I'll give you an example to basically understand. You are working in a TCS. Now TCS
Okay.
is implementing SAP in a cement company.
Yeah.
Just follow me very thoroughly. TCS is implementing SAP in cement company, and you are working in the TCS. So you are working in TCS as a consultant. So whatever the consulting requirement and goals you have to, yeah, so that TCS will define and you have to work. Now you are not working in the TCS, you are working in the cement company.
Okay.
So like I am a consultant in the TCS and I am working in the configurations and everything implementation around there. For the user in that cement company. So user has some specific rules. So that as a user you will work. So there are two levels we are working, consultant level and user level. Now user, and there are many levels in user like super user, regular user and all those. The super user will be given some more authorizations and all those things. Right? But consultant, now as a consultant, when you are working as a consultant, you have to know the user part, how user is working, how user is using, how user is, because as a consultant you have some work like you have to do testing. So when you are doing testing, you have to know the user's work, how user is going to create a purchase order, how user is going to release it, how user is going to do the good receipt, all those things user. So as a consultant, you must, so as the learning objective of this course, consultant must know the own work, consulting work, as well as the user's work. But user need not to be know anything about consulting. User can use. So we'll have a
Okay.
training of a consulting. Right? So
Okay.
you have to know the consultant, your work, as well as the user's work.
User.
Fine. Now what is SAP career path basically? So there are two. Now if you see here, this is the level, expert level, consultant level, intermediate level, entry level. This blue color is basically what you call is technical side. Green color is called functional side, and this is management side. Now
Okay.
for entry level is system developer, intermediate level is system designer, consultant level is technical consultant, expert level is system architect. These all are blue color. I am hovering my mouse is technical. Now functional, this is your on my side, like application support, functional designer, functional consultant, and cross-functional expert. This is
Okay.
functional side. And this is the management side, junior management, middle management, senior management, and management side. Somebody is working in that. So this is the SAP career path. Now module wise, I'll talk to you later on.
Okay.
Now what about SAP? So SAP is basically a software company founded in Waldorf in Germany in 1970. So SAP started in 1972 in Germany, world largest business software company, and now it is like more than 1,70,000 plus employees in more than 50 countries, 6,50,000 customers in more than 120 countries, and all those things. Now SAP ERP, SAP is client server version. So now SAP is a very old company, though there are many competitive of SAPs there in the market. So that we'll discuss in the next slides. So SAP basically started with the client server version distributed process and presentations in both different areas. So based on R2 mainframe version, centralizations of data and process. Centralization of data and process means what? All the data has been stored in a central place and all the modules are fetching data and working on their own model. So that means what? Let's take an example. You have a big bucket in your house, or sorry, big drum in your house, and all your family members are fetching water from that. Kitchen, your mother is working, and in bathroom you are working. Your father is working in another area, in garden, maybe watering the plant. So, but drum is one, but everybody is fetching water from that drum. So here also centralization of process means all the data are in the central process, central database, and from there every modules are fetching. That is called mainframe version centralization. Now SAP started with the ECC platform, SAP ERP ECC 6.0 HP8 and SAP S4 Hana 2023. Now this is the current version is actually working S4 Hana 2023. Now it is the 40 years of SAP transition. So if you see now here there are SAP started the internet technologies 1992. That is SAP R3 internet client server technology. It has been started in the 1992. SAP has been started. Now in memory and cloud computing. So after 1992 SAP started the internet. Before that internet was not there. So, like
Okay.
for example, I'll give you a very easy example. You are doing some calculations on your Excel on your laptop.
Okay.
Now, until unless if you don't put that Excel in Drive or anything, can I edit that document by online? No,
No.
right? I cannot do it. So because it is
Yes.
in your system. So until unless you put it in the internet, I cannot do. So SAP was before 1992. SAP was like this one. So after 1992, they have the internet and client server technology and they have developed. And after 2015, they have their own database. Now the funny part is people know about yes, SAP is no doubt a giant company. SAP consulting training are very expensive. People are getting high salary. There are a lot of myths in the market is there. That's fine, good. Now, before 2015, SAP don't have their own database. Now, for ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning, SAP is an ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning. So, how enterprise are managing their resources? So, enterprise is having their three main resources: man, money, and material. So, how they are managing the resources? So, before 2015, SAP was managing the resources on the Oracle databases. Now, Oracle is a different company. If you heard Oracle's name,
No.
Oracle is a
Correct.
separate company. Now
No.
SAP used Oracle databases for their own year. And after 2015, when SAP understood everything, now they have started their own database. So now SAP is having their own database that is called HANA database. Before 2015, SAP was using the Oracle. And now also they are using Oracle databases. Many systems are working on the ECC system, that is the old version of SAP. So that is working, but after 2015, SAP has developed and then they have started with the HANA databases.
Okay.
Now, when we talk about the material management, so basically material management is managing the material, that is product and services. So in the material management, there are two parts. One is managing the material. Material means physical material. Another is service. Services means there are many types of services like AC maintenance, office maintenance. Now AC maintenance, if your house, you have an AC, so AC maintenance people are coming to a house for maintenance. Now they are charging for labor charges.
Yes.
Now the service you cannot store. Like for example, I am giving a training, it is a service. Can you store my services? No. But if I give you a packet of pen, pencil, chocolates, you can store it because that is a physical material. So services you cannot store. So in the when we talk about the managing the material, that material means product as well as services. Both we have managing in material. So that of course is part of process. So increasing productivity, reducing cost, increase optimization, or blah blah blah. Now this is when we talk about the SAP S4 HANA. Now this is I am not going to much discuss on this part. this is not your means when we understand. Now, when we talk about the SAP's vendors, so what are the vendors? So there are many other vendors are available in the market. So SAP is having ECC 6.0, all-in-one, Business One, S4 HANA. There are many other solutions also in the SAP. Now, Oracle applications, Oracle, JD Edwards, PeopleSoft, CPL Retail, these are Oracle applications. Microsoft Business Solutions is Dynamic, Redpen, Navision, Experta, Solomon. These are the Microsoft Business. Sage Group is Sage Software, Acpac ERP, Peachtree, this Sage. And SSA Global Technologies is banned. So these are the competitor of SAP in the market. Now, if any industry, SAP is having a solution. So here, if you see alphabetically, the industries names are there: aerospace, defense, automotive, banking, chemicals, consumer product, defense and security, engineering, healthcare. So any industry name, SAP is having a solution. So SAP is having more than 10 to 12,000 solutions. Small solutions, big solution, large solutions. There are many solutions, applications are there for SAP. Now here you see all industry SAP covers. So when you work as a consultant level, for example, you are working TCS or maybe you are working in Infosys. So when you are working as a consultant, you are working in a cement company, like my earlier example. Now after the project implementation is over, you will release from that project. You will go to a, let's take an example, you are going for a retail company. So retail fashion designing or something company you are implementing SAP. There after doing some 6 months or 8 months implementations, you will go to a manufacturing company. So you will have, when you are working as a consultant for a consulting company, you will have three exposures: one for manufacturing industry, another is for retail industry, another is for cement industry. So that is what when you are working as a consultant. Now this is what about SAP industry solutions for all the. Now here the key part is the enterprise management logistics. Sorry. Now, when we talk about SAP S4 Hana Enterprise Management, so these all are coming under logistics. Earlier, logistics was a little small. Now, logistics is a very big area. So here, what are the modules are there? Logistics general, product lifecycle management, sales and distribution, material management, logistic execution, quality management, plant maintenance, customer service, production planning and control, project management, environment, health and safety. So all these coming under logistics. That is what the SAP S4 HANA Enterprise Management. So this your material management module is also coming under logistics. Now this is basically what there are some innovations has been made. So this is also you will now what are the difference between SAP Business Suite, that means ECC, and what about the difference between S4 HANA? So in the business suite, we used to maintain this many tables. So you can see here 26 aggregate tables. So that means all the data are available in different tables. So there are master data table, there are transaction data tables. All the tables are available in different tables, all the data. Whereas in the S4 HANA, we have only one table. So that is what, let's take an example. I'll give an example. If it takes 90 seconds to create a purchase order in the SAP ECC, that means business suite, it can be created in 45 seconds, means half of the time in S4 HANA. That is the possible.
Okay.
That is possible. So that is what S4 HANA is little faster. And there are many other features are there that we can discuss at the time of training basically. So now when we talk about the, here you can see here business suite in the top and S4 HANA in the bottom. Now here in the logistics you can see here this many tables. Whereas in the master data we have two tables. Here in the logistic valuation part we have this many tables. Here we have only one table. In the material ledger we have this many tables. Here only we have one table. In the accounting we have this many tables. Here we have two tables. So it basically gives you, let's take an example. You are using a smartphone. Now, if you think a smartphone of 10 to 12 years before, those smartphones RAM are like 8 MB, 10 MB, 12 MB, 16 MB. Like now, currently you are using, you, me, or any other persons are using smartphone of 16 GB, 28 GB, 32 GB, right? Now, why we are using smartphone so high powerful RAM? Because we are using multiple applications at a time. Let's take an example. We are using Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, Zomato, Swiggy, Uber. So all applications. So anybody nowadays, if you see their mobile, they are at a time they are operating on 6 to 7, 8 applications. Now, if your RAMs are not powerful, how can those applications run? So in the SAP also they have done is they have created the in-memory databases concept and their RAMs are powerful now. And that is what they have put the databases in central like this way, and the tables have been reduced and their system has been getting powerful. That is what the process is all about. Now, when we talk about the consultant level agenda, so what are the things we need to learn? Work, organization structure, metal master, business partner, info record, source list, PR to PO cycle with configuration. Don't worry, I'll share this course. Pricing procedures, release strategy, account determination, speed valuation, subcontracting and consignment, stock transfer and third party PO, services, MRP, inventory management, and then we have logistic invoice verification. So these are the area we will learn in the time of course. Valuation and account determination. So that is we'll learn basically. Now procurement process. So in this procurement process, do you have any idea about procurement process or anything? You just give your own thoughts about procurement.
No idea.
You don't have any idea.
No.
Do you buy anything?
Yes.
Whatever, so you buy in this you buy a lot of things, so you buy from where? You buy from Amazon or you buy from grocery stores or you buy from stores, jewelries, where you buy basically?
Yeah.
So you buy from where?
Like yeah, anywhere like Amazon, Flipkart, we can buy.
Okay, okay, fine. So now when we talk about the procurement process, now procurement process is, I'll give an example of your regular as a household procurement process. So here if you see, first is what? Purchase requisition. Purchase requisition is what? Determination of requirement. Now this is a overview of procurement process. There are many small steps can be available in between this. Like between 1 and 2, between 2 and 3, between 3 and 4, like between 4 and 5, like this, so it can be possible. But I am giving an overview of the procurement process. Now determination of requirement, that is called purchase requisition. Determination of requirement means making a list of whatever the requirement. Now I'll give a very simple example. Like in your house, uh, you were staying, your brother, your mother, your father. Now your mother is making a list of items to be procured at the first week of the month, or maybe your father is doing that. Any one person. So what? Your mother is writing all the kitchen items. Your father is writing his own requirement. You are adding some requirements on your part, and your brother is adding some requirements on your part, right? Now you prepared a list in the first week of month or maybe last week of month, and then you are going to procure it. Now you may be procuring from Amazon. Now all the items cannot be possible to get Amazon. Maybe some items will get from the local vendor, local grocery store. Some you will buy to a stationery shop. Maybe stationery item. If you need to buy clothes, you have to go to clothes shop. Like this way. So you are preparing a list. So that list is called purchase requisition.
Okay.
But that list you are not sharing with the external agency. So in the organizations also, purchase requisition we don't share with the external agencies. Next come is source determination. Source determination means what? In the industry, when we talk about the industry, source determination means whether to procure, whether to produce. Now let's take an example. In your house, I'm giving an example. You have two options. One is to buy ready-made masala like coriander, chili, all these ready-made masala. There are powder masala available in the packets of various brands, right? So that you
Yes.
can buy. Another is you just buy coriander dana, that is done chili, full chili, and all those you can get the dry, yeah, and you do it in your house in the mixie or any other grinder or something. So there are two processes. You are using masala. Either you are procuring directly from the market, the powder packed, any branded, or you are buying that raw ingredients and you are doing in your own mixie or maybe in grinder, right? So in the sole determination also, the organizations whether to procure that one, whether to buy from the outsource, this outsider, or whether to produce the same item in my house, in my organization. So whether organization decide which one is going to get cheaper. From your case also the same, which one is going to get cheaper and which one is going to be in good quality. Your mother will decide. Same here in the organization also, sole determination means which one to buy from outside, which one to produce in our factory premises. Third is vendor selection. Where to buy? Now in your locality you have three vendors. Vendor A, vendor B means grocery shop vendor A, and grocery shop 1, grocery shop 2, grocery shop 3. From where to buy? Your father is buying from grocery shop 1 since last 10, 20 years. So you will go to that shop. They are genuine, give good quality of item. If you need credit, they will give you credit also. So everything. So when you do the vendor selection as an industry, they will also select these terms like quality of item, timeline, how fast they are going to deliver, terms of payment, everything. So that is come the vendor selection. Next part is PO processing. After vendor selection, we will process the PO. So in reality, we don't do that one. In reality, like you put that list to the vendor, means grocery shop, or maybe you just add the item in the Amazon or Flipkart and then you will deliver, right? So PO processing means you will process the PO as per your requirement you created in the purchase requisition. After that, PO monitoring. Monitoring means you will just observe. Like see, for example, when you book an item in Amazon, there is a tracker. So you are tracking the item when it is going to deliver. So here is also PO monitoring. PO monitoring means you are monitoring the PO when it is going to deliver. That is called PO monitoring. Now good receipt. After PO monitoring, your time has come, so you are going to receive the good and you are put it in the inventory. So your mother, all the groceries item, your mother keep in the store. Whenever requirement is there, she takes out the particular spices or particular things. Am I right? So invoice verifications after good receipt, there is an invoice verification process. Invoice verification means they have sent the invoices to us and we have to pay them. So we will check whatever the item we have ordered, whether the same item we have received or not, and then we'll process the invoice and we'll send it to the account section, that means account department for processing. In reality, what we do, either we do the payment before ordering the item, or means we do the COD process, that is cash on delivery. So any of the processes we do. Now this is the standard procurement process. Now do you have any questions here?
It was clear.
Clear, fine. Now there are organizational levels in the purchasing, like client, company code, plant, location, and purchase organization, purchasing group, and there are like master data. Now what is called master data? Now for example, I'll give an example of master data and transaction data. So your name is Mansa. Now you have a date of birth, you have your name, you have an email ID, you have a PAN number, everything you have. So you are working somewhere. Now think of that when you have started working, you have a bank account. Now when you started opening the bank account, bank has asked you certain documents. Now bank has created your master data, your name, your phone number, your address, your email ID, your PAN number. Now this master data is frequently used and rarely changed. Tell me, is your address is going to change? No. Your email ID is hardly going to change. Your mobile number is hardly going to change. Your name hardly going to change. These are the your date of birth hardly going to change. These are the data that are hardly going to change. So these data are called master. Now you have opened the bank account, you are getting salaries, you are using all the buying stuff and everything. So there are transactions are happening. You are taking out a statement from your bank. You are getting a statement. So that statement is showing the transaction. That is called transaction data. You have taken cash, withdrawal cash from ATM, deposited cash in ATM, issued check to the party, received check from the party, or maybe you have done online payment from your account. So all these are day-to-day transactions. That is called transactional data. So one is master data, as already I given example. Another is transaction data, which is you are using on day-to-day basis. You are going to get. Now, after 1 year, you are going to buy a car. You approach your bank. Bank has checked all your documents and everything. Bank says, okay, you are eligible for this much of amount of loan. Now, bank is going to open a loan account. Just a minute. Now, bank is going to open a loan account. So when is bank is going to open a loan account, bank is going to take your master data from your original account, right? Now, original account is your name is there, your date of birth is there, email ID is there, your address is there, your phone number is there. So it will never change. On that basis, they have created another loan account, and then whatever the like you have taken the loan, then you are paying your EMI every month. That all those things are is coming under the transaction data. So that is the material that is master data and transaction. Right now, I'll just go to SAP. Now this is what I have opened SAP. Now I'll open another screen. Fine. Now in this screen, I'll open just a minute. Okay, so I'll go to ME21N. Now this is a create a purchase order. Now let's take an example here. Organizational data. Now here is a purchase organization. So you can see here. Now there is 492 entries are there for purchase organization. Now currently I have opened a create purchase order. Create purchase order is the responsibility of the end user, right? So here the all the purchase organization has been created. Now this purchase organization has been created by whom? By consultant. Where he or she has created. I'll create that one. So I'm going to SPRO reference IMG enterprise structure definitions logistic general. No, I'll go to material management maintain purchase organizations. So I'll make a new entry. So purchase organization once IMAN 1. I'll write purchase org. Right, I'll save it. Data already saved. Right. Now I'll go to purchase organization. Now earlier your name was not there. It means your so here you see earlier 492, now it is 493 entries are there. Now you can see here alphabetically M will come. So you can see here your purchase organization has been created. So you have created the purchase organizations. I am as an user, I am going to create a purchaser. So this is one data I have shown you. There are many other fields, other data are there which we need to create in the background in the back, and in the front end I have to use it as an user. So when you are doing in the background creating, you have to also test it in the front end, whether the
Okay.
data is coming, whether we are able to properly create a purchase order, we are going to properly release the purchase order, all those things. That is quite possible. So this way we can do, right? So
Yeah.
this is basically the work of a consultant, right? So whatever, like if you have created, now this is
User.
you, yes. So this is one we have created, and the same we have to do in the background. That is what this is all about. Now, if you have any questions, you can ask me. Any open questions, anything you can ask.
Okay. Yeah, I am interested in learning this technology actually.
Right,
So yeah, like since I'm having 4 years experience, right? So
right.
if by the time I switch, like it will be around 5 years experience, correct? How I
Yes.
can move? How I can move? Like
See. I'll tell you. I'll. What you have to do is there are, see, the earlier there are options for yeah, so what you can do is, see, like earlier you are working somewhere, that is okay. Now in the SAP domain, mostly in the, not only SAP, in technology domain, mostly. For example, if you have mentioned that you have 2 years of experience in SAP, now company is going to ask you the, whatever you have mentioned in this thing in your CV, means in your resume, that I have 2 years of experience. So if you mention that you have 2 years of experience in your resume, automatically what happens? The interviewer is going to ask you on the basis of the 2 years of experience. They are
okay,
not going to ask you 8 years or 10 years of experience. So for a 2 years experiences, whatever you should know, you must know.
okay,
So those, like, idea I can give you, means there may be some interview questions and all those I'll share. That is not an issue. There are some questions answers are there for interview, so that also is done. So accordingly that. So always remember that interviewer going to ask from your CV, means resume only. So if you say, like, if I say I am 10 years experienced guy, so they are going to ask me as per the 10 years things. I must know. But if I say I'm a 3 years old, 3 years experienced guy or 4 years experienced guy, so obviously they're going to ask for 3 4 years old.
okay. And like for how many years the calls are getting like in SAP? Like
I'm not getting what you are saying.
how many years experience do I need to keep in SAP so that I can get calls?
No, you can give like 2 3 years is okay.
Okay,
2 3 years is okay. See,
okay,
one thing, please try to understand. Let's take an example. For example, in your current domain, if you are getting 100 rupees salary, so in the SAP, you may not expect that initially you will get a good jump. You may get 110, 120, that's all. Maybe 105, something like that. But after
okay,
this, when you work in this, because see, when you change the technology, when you change the domain, it is, see, people will say a lot of haywire things. But I'll tell you, I don't bluff. I don't give you like what do you call, false dream and all those things. Thing is,
okay,
there, if you are getting 100 rupees now in the SAP domain, if you should shift over as a 2 to 3 years experience, you will get maybe 105, 110, 120 rupees, whatever the like 20%, 15, 20% jump you can get. But after like working 1 year or 2 year, and then you can get 50%, 60%, 70%, 80% jump. So you have to
okay,
work in this domain for at least 1 to 2 years to get a good jump.
okay.
And second thing is, my suggestion is, see, whether you take training from me or any other person, my suggestion is, like, my training is for 44 hours of training, right? So like
Yeah,
every day, whatever, 1 hour, 2 hour, or weekend, weekdays, evening, morning, whatever time decided that we can do, that is later part. After training, at least you should practice for next 1.5 months. And when you are doing training, you should uh, learn the concept part, learn the theory part, and all those things. So
Okay.
it is basically a training maybe 44 hours. Basically, it is a 4 to 5 months, 4 to 6 months affair. So after 6 months, you are confident, and then you fill the interview. So you appear for the interview.
Okay.
That should be the actual method, actual process. Because uh, otherwise, what happened if you don't learn the things properly, it is not, you will not be confident. So you take,
Hmm.
let's take an example. You are in the 3rd October. Let's take an example. Today you have started training. You consider yourself at least 4 to 6 months to yourself prepared for to appear an interview. Don't make a rush or quick decision that okay, I started training, tomorrow I'll appear on interview, next day I'll appear on, no, not that. Because currently you are working, so you are working means you have some salary, 100 rupees, 200 rupees, whatever. I mean to say
Hmm.
some salary you are getting, right? You are having job,
Yes.
you are going, but you have recognized that your technology is not going to work in the long run. So you have taken some decisions. Now you have. I'm not saying that you take 2 3 years also,
Voice
but
is breaking actually. Your voice is not clear.
okay. So what I mean to say, see, you should take 4 to 6 months time to prepare, to get trained, to
Voice is
learn.
breaking.
Still breaking, voice is breaking.
Yeah, it's not clear.
Just am I audible now?
Still breaking.
Still breaking. I don't know why
Yeah.
it is breaking, but still now it was okay. Anyway, so what my concern is that if you are like if you take 4 to 6 months time, prepare, learn, train, then it is good.
Yes, correct.
That way you can do fine. So
Yes.
fine, Mansa. It was a nice talking to you. If you have any questions, otherwise you can drop it.
Uh, yeah, like this course duration, how many months along with the project?
So course duration is as 44 hours, as I told you. So, and it is a live, I mean, see, course duration is everyday practical classes. You have to do the practical classes. I'll just guide you. I have templates and everything. You have to do the practical in the classes. So there is no question of, we'll have theory classes as well as practical, but practical is more comparison to the theory part. Theory is every day there will be theory and practical, and you have to do the practical in the class itself. There will be some homework also there. You have to do the homework also, like students are doing homework.
Okay.
That is the way I teach. So that is the process. So now I'll share everything in your mail ID, and
Okay.
then I will share my number also. Just I'll
Okay.
write my number here. I've shared my number. So
Okay.
this is my number. You can call or WhatsApp, whatever it may be. Because Telegram, actually, I am not very on that. And Telegram, I generally I don't stay Telegram very long. Sometimes I have some groups and all those I stay. Otherwise, I don't stay physically. Fine,
Okay.
no problem. I'll
Okay.
share
Okay.
everything in your mail, and then you can decide and you can call or WhatsApp whatever. Thank you. I'll share these demo sessions recording also in your mail. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.